Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. Buys in the NFL are usually a good thing. Buys in high school football, that can be debatable. Marquette had a bye last week, had plenty of time to practice to play Negaunee in the Diamond Jubilee Trophy game. Let's go to Minor Stadium where, yes, there is the trophy. Now, Negaunee is trying to bounce back after a tough loss to Ishpeming last week. We picked this up in the second quarter, 14-7 Negaunee, and Tyler Windall bursts up the middle for Negaunee. He's going to go 24 yards down to the 5-yard line. On the very next play, one of the other Tylers, this would be LaJoy, 5 yards for the score, and Negaunee has a 22-7 advantage after the two-point conversion. Negaunee's defense was getting the job done. Austin Kea ignores the fake and sacks Brett Place right there. Kea, 5'6", 165 pounds. Place left the game with an injury late in the second quarter. This is the third quarter. Right downfield, Negaunee marched. Ryan Sergel on the option. Two-point conversion good, 30-7 Negaunee. Gabe Apple took over for Place at quarterback, and he is going to start a nice 27-yard run here. But it would stall, would that drive, and Marquette was forced to punt. Shortly after the punt, the handoff goes to Tyler LaJoy, and Mr. LaJoy finds a hole. Breaks a couple arm tackles, and he's gone. 60 yards to about the 10-yard line. Negaunee rushed for more than 400 yards tonight. LaJoy had at least 200, and Windall probably had another 100 on top of that. LaJoy scores again. This would have been touchdown number 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Negaunee goes on to win easily, or much easier than expected, 38-14. Also in the Great Northern Conference, Kingsford looking to get into the playoffs, taking on Gladstone. And Jake Allen scores from 6 yards to get the Flivers on the board, 7-0. After a Braves fumble, they would take advantage, would Kingsford. Tyler Roberts up the gut, and yes, he's in the end zone, 14-0, Maize and Blue. Gladstone had a response, and Tyler Wells is going to the air. And check out Jake Peterson. That's a nice diving catch, 38 yards deep into Fliver territory. But the Flivers had too much offensive firepower in this one. Brody Sundquist runs this one in for the score. Good for 37 yards, 483 yards on offense. The Flivers are in the playoffs with a 55-20 victory over Gladstone. To the scoreboard, Escanaba takes care of Iron Mountain 34-14. Norway back in the win column, 34-0 over Quinn. Wildest game of the night could have been just down the road at Westwood. The Patriots came back from 28-7 down to force overtime, but Manistique wins 35-34 when the Emeralds blocked the extra point in OT. Ishpeming keeps right on rolling, 46-7 over Newberry. Lance gets 3 touchdowns from Jimmy Veeker and defeats Northland Pines 35-13. West Iron County 8-0 for the first time in school history. Whitecons over Hancock 35-6. And yes, Calumet, just like Manistique, off the schneid. 26-14, the Copper Kings in the win column defeating Ironwood. Pair of 4 and 3 teams down in Menominee County, Munising and Stevenson. And we will say first quarter action here, Munising up 7-0. Stevenson with the pass, Jake Mackey throws, but it's picked off by the Mustangs' David Harris. Going the other way now in the second quarter, Munising quarterback Austin Kelto looking deep for Andy Cooper. Yes, and this one is good for 46 yards, but the Mustangs fumbled, and that drive came to an end. So Munising will try again. Kelto, Mr. Cooper, doesn't take this to the house, but gets it inside the 20-yard line. Munising would settle for a field goal opportunity, and Mr. Cooper boots it through. From 25 yards, Munising led 10-0 at the half, and Munising goes on to win 17-8. Cooper had 4 catches for 120 yards and both Munising touchdowns. Back to the numbers, a huge win for Lake Linden-Hubbell, keeping their playoff hopes alive over North Dickinson 16-8. Austin Snell, 97 yards with a larceny to start the game. He stripped the ball from the running back. Lee Graff had 4 touchdowns. Forest Park 38. Gogebic 20. Gogebic tries to clinch a playoff berth next week against Ironwood. Houghton keeps right on going. They're 5 and 3. Gremlins 35. Baraga 8. Mark Sari 9 carries, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, and more than 1,450 yards for the season. Hurley downs on Tanagan 55-12, although Tony Sumas had a good night catching both touchdown passes for the Gladiators. North Central defeats Bark River Harris 40-12, so the Jets are in the playoffs. St. Ignace clinches the Ski Valley North Division by blanking Pellston 48-0. Pickford outscores Rudyard 26-22. Also in 8-man football, it was Cedarville over Bel Air 21-15, and Brimley defeats Bozeman 40-19. To college hockey, NMU, the home opener against Nebraska Omaha, pick it up in the second period. It's scoreless on the power play. Michael Young finds Ryan Walters, and we mentioned he was dangerous. Yes, Ryan Walters scores, and the Mavericks have a 1-0 lead. Next, the Mavericks attacking the other direction. Ian Brady, yes, but Matthias Dahlstrom says, no, I don't think so. He had 29 saves. Stefan Vigier gets the goal here to tie the game at 1. That was on the power play. But in the third period, with about 3 minutes to go, Brian O'Rourke the shot. Brock Monpetit would put it in on the rebound, and Nebraska Omaha gets the victory by the count of 2-1. They try again tomorrow night at 7:07. On the WCHA scoreboard, lots of non-conference action still. C.J. Ike and Ryan Fern score in the second period for Michigan Tech, but T.J. Tynan scores in the third. Notre Dame over Michigan Tech 3-2. Phoenix Copley 40 saves for the Huskies. Stephen Perfetto, the game winner, 1:16 into the overtime. Lake Superior State edges Union 6-5. Colgate and Bowling Green play to a tie at 1. St. Lawrence edges Ferris 3-2. Minnesota leads Bemidji State 5-3 in the third. Minnesota State 1 goal ahead of Connecticut 2-1 in the third. Minnesota Junior Hockey, the Marquette Royals, big win over the Ileana Blackbirds 7-3. Marquette's Dallas McLaughlin had 2 goals and 1 assist. Nate Evinger had 31 saves for the Royals. When we come back, a little bit of cross-country running. The Upper Peninsula Cross Country Championships took place once again today at the NMU Golf Course. And the women's and men's races were a little shorter than normal. The women went 4 kilometers, and the NMU women did not take long to take the lead around the first loop of the course. With a half mile left, the Wildcat women still a very good lead. Megan Edick and Mary Kay Sorelli were breaking away from the group. Edick beat out Sorelli by 0.3 of a second, 14 minutes, 41 seconds. Christina Toogood, obviously she needs a nickname, she was third, just under 15 minutes. The first 8 runners came in from NMU, and they went on to win with a perfect score of 15. Michigan Tech was second with 54. On the men's side, also running the shorter course, just a 5-kilometer loop around the course, and Kyle Betrude would lead the way against a small group of runners early on. A number of open and unattached runners also taking part in the men's race. Rain really started this poor, and Betrude, Adam Martin, and Tom Scott still in front of the Lake Superior State team. With a half mile left, Scott in the red would start to pull away, and he would finish first in 15 minutes and 27 seconds. Lake Superior State's Ben Dooling was second. Adam Martin came in third. The team score, Lake Superior State your winner with 22, Michigan Tech second with 33. On the GLIAC scoreboard in volleyball, Sarah Hamilton 14 kills, Callie Heron 11. NMU defeats Ohio Dominican 3-0. Michigan Tech on the short end of a 3-1 score to Tiffin. Madeline Haven and 36 assists and 16 digs for the Huskies. Lake Superior State a winner 3-2 over Walsh. Jen Marin had 13 kills, Emily Snyder 10 for the Lakers, 15-12 in the 5th set. Women's soccer in the GLIAC, bummers for both Northern and Tech. The Wildcats lose to Ohio Dominican 1-0 in overtime. The Huskies suffer the same fate, 1-0 in overtime to Ashland. And we will be right back to update how things are looking in football for tomorrow. College football tomorrow in the GLIAC. Michigan Tech at Northwood. Okay, sounds like a win for the Huskies. NMU with new starting quarterback Shea Brown at Grand Valley State. That could be a problem for the Wildcats. The Lakers are inconsistent, but still pretty good. In the Big Ten, Purdue at Michigan State, Indiana at Michigan. Should be wins for the state of Michigan teams there, and that would make them bowl eligible with their 6th wins apiece. Now in the NFL on Sunday, Bengals at Lions, 1 o'clock Eastern time on CBS. Browns at Packers, 4:30 Eastern time on CBS. Fox UP has the Bears at the Redskins, and the Broncos and Colts are Sunday night on TV6 as well. The UP Cross Country Finals are tomorrow at the Gentz's Homestead Golf Course in Harvey. First race, Division I girls at 11 in the morning Eastern time. And the UP Boys Soccer Finals are also taking place tomorrow in Marquette. You still have the Lake Superior Pro Rally. You have Masters Walleye Circuit Fishing. You have all kinds of good stuff this weekend. Hopefully the weather cooperates and you can enjoy.